I think the conference is great. It's much better than what I expected. And I've already met some really great connections of people in the industry that do what I do. So the great thing about social networking conferences is the actual networking that happens, and it kind of bridges the gap between offline and the online persona, and kind of making it more human and interacting with people face to face.
So there's a couple things that I got out of this event. One that's huge for me is the networking, right? Because everyone is continuing to evolve, to grow, to want to make their social networking strategy better and more robust. And just like the social communities, they like to talk about it. And so as I have questions, as I have things that I'm about to go through, I can learn from what they've done, but I can also then begin to share what we're doing within the graphic arts space.
I think it's it's good for Oracle to kind of be out there and present to Fortune 100 companies, what we're doing and what our thoughts are. It remains to be seen the hard pieces, talking to, making the connections, which I'm looking forward to doing actually right now after this interview to actually exchange business cards and make real connections.
I wasn't sure what to expect, but I've been very pleased with the turnout, the level of the presentations, information. Certainly worth the trip.
No, I think it's a great conference. I just arrived a little bit ago, but I look at the room and I see, for us, bringing the enterprise to social networking and think of it in a more professional way is sort of our B2B focus, and it's nice to see a lot of that thinking germinate, outside of the typical consumer aspects of social networking.
Both from an advertising and then utilization of the platform, Digg, we'd love to expand more into that arena. So this was actually a really good opportunity for me and other attendees to meet each other and kind of start making those connections.
Fortune 500 firms, Fortune 100 firms, some peers, people who are just getting into it from a very different place. And also what was interesting to me is kind of the duality of running the online dating piece as well as the online networking and social media piece. There are similarities between what's going on in those industries. And so what I liked about it is being able to cross over to both and kind of pick learnings and see how I can apply things from both of those places.
So I just talked to a guy from Wal-Mart, and we've interacted at other conferences before. A few of my colleagues are speaking, Samaya and Angela's from HP, so she'll be speaking tomorrow. So it's great to see people face to face, and I think when you spend so much time online and kind of twittering all day and updating your Facebook status, it's good to get that one-to-one personal interaction.
We met actually a great group of people in the panel I just did. People were asking a ton of really exciting questions, both from the enterprise space. There's definitely people in all different walks and industries, and how they could utilize Digg for their different organizations, as well as seeing how it interacted with things like Twitter and Facebook, and how social networking as a whole affected their companies.
Sure. I mean, in our minds, anyone who's serious in the space, should come here, because this is where all the thinking that's going to shape what we do from an enterprise standpoint as well as a consumer one is going to take place.
I found it. I still think it's interesting that the mix of people that came here. I think that was sort of surprising to me to see such a diverse crowd. I think you see the people that get it, a lot of people that are very cautious, and then you have all people trying to make the connections. I would have thought that the knowledge would be a lot more of the social media piece here, but it's more concentration on how to connect people and less social media as well. That was maybe why. But great crowd, good questions, good diversity.
It's been great so far. Looking forward to the next couple of days. Thank you.
If you're not at the social networking conference,
If you're not at the social networking conference,
If you're not at the social networking conference, you're nobody.
you're nobody.
you're nobody.